From Hamilton's Ferrari move and Verstappen's take on F1's rules to the FIA's controversial swearing penalties, this is your F1 News Update. Carlos Sainz Sr. has revealed that Lewis Hamilton approached Ferrari first, sparking the move that ultimately led to his son losing his seat at the team. Hamilton, who had an exit clause in his Mercedes deal, used it to make what he described as a dream switch to Ferrari. While initial reports suggested Ferrari chairman John Elkann proposed the idea, Sainz Sr. claims Hamilton made the first move. Ferrari was happy with Carlos, but the possibility appeared because Hamilton himself produced it. It is he who approached Ferrari, then the circumstances arose. Sainz Sr. added that Ferrari kept the process under wraps to avoid leaks, even though the situation could have been handled more transparently. Perhaps that process could have been clearer, but then it would have been leaked, and Ferrari did not want it to be. Interestingly, Sainz Sr. reportedly leaked the news of Ferrari's deal with Hamilton to Mercedes boss Toto Wolff, raising further questions about how the negotiations unfolded. Hamilton's departure from Mercedes came amid tension over contract length. The team was hesitant to offer the longer-term extension Hamilton wanted, paving the way for his exit. Despite the abrupt end to his time with Ferrari, Sainz Jr. departed on good terms. Team principal Frédéric Vasseur praised Sainz's contributions, leaving the door open for a potential reunion in the future. What do you think of Carlos Sainz Sr.'s claim that Hamilton approached Ferrari first? Did Sainz Jr. deserve another shot at Ferrari, or was this just F1 politics at play? Former world champion Jacques Villeneuve has criticised Franco Colapinto's 2024 F1 stint, blaming the Argentine rookie's late-season crashes for costing him a 2025 full-time seat. Colapinto replaced Logan Sargent at Williams mid-2024, initially impressing with points in Japan and Spain. However, his momentum unravelled with high-profile errors. Brazil GP crashed under safety car, drawing comparisons to Lance Stroll's 2022 blunder. Las Vegas wrecked in qualifying, starting last. Qatar, first corner collision ended his race. Villeneuve argues such mistakes prove rookies lack the judgment for F1's top level. His critique ties into a broader scepticism about F2's relevance, as teams fast-track young drivers like Kimi Antonelli, 17, and Oliver Bearman, 19, onto the 2025 grid. Colapinto's Alpine reserve role offers redemption. If Doohan underperforms, Colapinto could get another shot, albeit under intense scrutiny. Critics note Villeneuve's own rocky F1 exit, axed by Sauber in 2006 after poor form, undermines his authority. As one fan tweeted, Jacques trashes rookies but won one race post 1997. Glass houses, mate. Red Bull's Isaac Hadjar, 2024's F2 runner-up, retorted, F2 is brutal. If Jack thinks it's easy, try it. Bria Touré's warning to Doohan raises ethical questions. Is Alpine fostering talent or creating a toxic sink-or-swim environment? Is Villeneuve right to call out Colapinto's mistakes? Should F1 prioritise experience over youth? Let us know your thoughts below. Lewis Hamilton has framed his shock 2025 move to Ferrari as a total leap of faith, driven by instinct and a refusal to grow complacent at Mercedes. Hamilton's departure from Mercedes, a partnership that dominated F1's hybrid era, stunned the paddock. He admitted the move carried risk, but argued stagnation posed a greater threat. Staying somewhere comfortable risks complacency. Mercedes is family, but I needed to reignite that fire. Hamilton praised Ferrari's incredible people and hinted at long-term project ambitions, despite the team's recent struggles. Last constructors' title, 2008. Hamilton's exit follows two winless seasons, 2023 to 2024 for Mercedes, with the W15 car plagued by inconsistency. Insiders suggest frustrations over Mercedes' inability to close the gap to Red Bull and McLaren accelerated his decision. Can Hamilton, one of the oldest drivers on the 2025 grid, match his peak form? Former rival Nico Rosberg warned, Ferrari's political chaos drains energy. At 40, recovery gets harder. Was Hamilton's Ferrari move brave or reckless? Can he conquer F1's most pressure-filled team at 39? The FIA has introduced stricter penalties targeting inappropriate behaviour, including swearing and misconduct, both on and off the track. The new penalty structure ranges from a €40,000 fine to €120,000 fine, 1 month suspension, and possible championship points deduction. Former F1 driver and Sky Sports pundit Martin Brundle has thrown his support behind the new rules, emphasising the importance of drivers setting an example. F1 drivers are role models. You don't need to gratuitously swear in a press conference. Brundle didn't shy away from calling out Max's actions in 2024, including his comments labelling FIA stewards stupid idiots and his refusal to fully participate in FIA press conferences following a penalty. If you're dirty on track, cheating track limits, or calling the FIA stewards stupid idiots, there are degrees of this. I don't mind there being some rules for our F1 drivers being role models. Do you agree with Martin Brundle that F1 drivers should be role models, or do the new rules go too far in policing their behaviour? Max Verstappen has expressed frustration with the ever-expanding rulebook and emphasised that achieving perfection in racing rules is impossible due to the dynamic nature of on-track situations. Verstappen criticised the constant back and forth between calls for more regulations versus fewer regulations. I think it's never going to be perfect because even if you remove rules, then you get into a battle, then you want more rules because it's not clear what is allowed or not. Then when you have too many rules, you want less rules. It just keeps on going left and right all the time. The Dutchman also highlighted his belief that the sport is over-regulated. Do I think it's over-regulated? Probably yes. I mean, in general, the rulebook is only getting bigger and bigger every single year. I don't think that's always the right way forward. Do you think F1's rules are overcomplicated, or are they necessary for fair racing? Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon are set to lead Williams into the 2025 Formula One season, forming an exciting driver lineup under team boss James Vowles. With Vowles confident the duo will prioritise team success over internal rivalries, a concern often tied to high-profile driver pairings. Surprisingly, it was Albon who encouraged Williams to bring in Sainz. Vowles praised Albon's attitude. What I love about Alex is he's a leader. When things get difficult, he pulls forward. He was the one encouraging us to get Carlos into the building because he's not worried about a challenge. He wants us to be successful. Vowles also highlighted the absence of political games between the drivers. One of the elements that are great with Carlos and Alex is that neither one has any politics. They don't have a political bone. They just want the car to be quick and want to perform the best we can within that environment. The team boss also lauded Sainz's clean yet aggressive racing, emphasising his respect for fair competition. What I see with Carlos, does he fight hard? Yes, but is it clean? Also yes, they're not doing it by knocking the wheels off each other's cars. If one of them is faster, they can race. Vowles made it clear that the focus at Williams will remain on collective success rather than individual results. It's about ensuring both drivers work together to make the car faster and to drive the team to greater heights. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko has taken aim at Charles Leclerc, questioning the Ferrari star's ability to convert his qualifying performances into consistent race results. Leclerc is good in qualifying, but he makes many mistakes in the race, Marko told Sport Bild. Marko also cast doubt on Lewis Hamilton's ability to maintain top form over an entire season. Leclerc's raw speed is undeniable. In 2024, he secured 3 race wins and finished third in the championship. But Marko's critique points to an ongoing issue, the lack of race execution. Despite Ferrari's occasional lack of race pace, Leclerc's inability to capitalise on strong grid positions remains a talking point in the F1 paddock. Stats that support Marko's claim: 26 career pole positions. Only 5 converted into race wins. While Marko's criticism may seem harsh, Leclerc's 21 top 5 finishes out of 23 races in 2024 highlight his consistency. However, Ferrari's long-standing issues with strategy and tyre management have often left him vulnerable on race day. Could these mistakes be more about Ferrari's race execution rather than Leclerc's own errors? Do you agree with Helmut Marko's assessment of Charles Leclerc? Is he to blame or is Ferrari holding him back? Mercedes boss Toto Wolff has addressed speculation about Max Verstappen potentially joining the Silver Arrows, revealing that while discussions happened, there was never a concrete plan to sign him. Wolff on Verstappen. There was never a plan. According to Wolff, Verstappen ultimately chose to stay at Red Bull, leading Mercedes to shift focus towards their young prodigy, Kimi Antonelli. We always talked and kept the line of communication open. At one point, he said he wanted to stay where he was for the time being because that felt good to him. That's when I said we would go for Kimi Antonelli because that felt good to us too. With Lewis Hamilton joining Ferrari, Mercedes chose young Antonelli over experienced options like Sainz or Alonso. Does this mean Verstappen moving to Mercedes is over? Not necessarily. While Max stays at Red Bull, he could switch to Mercedes. With new regulations introducing engine power as a balance from 2026, Mercedes is reportedly favoured, similar to their dominance during the 2014 hybrid switch. Was Hamilton's Ferrari move a game changer? Is the FIA going too far with its new rules? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell for more F1 updates.